Hi guys, so I've had a few requests to do another Trading 212 portfolio update. So as you know, I've sold quite a few investments, but I've also added back into investments since. So without further ado, let's go straight through it. As you know, I have two accounts on Trading 212. So we'll start with the Invest and then we'll go into the ISA. The ISA has had less changes than the Invest, obviously. So we'll start off with AMD first on the list. I've increased this by 2.14 shares. So I've currently got 7.9 shares in here, worth about £673, and it's up just under 30%. So recovering quite nicely at the moment, up about £155. Amazon next. As you can see, there's an upcoming stock split, 20-for-1 on the 6th of June. I'm down 15% on Amazon, so it'll be interesting to see what happens after the stock split. I've added 0.08 shares here, so I'm currently sitting at 0.36 shares, worth about £715. Beyond Meat, I've made no changes here because, as you can see, it has just been tanking for a long time. I'm down 80% almost on here, and it would be more than that if it wasn't for the FX impact. So yeah, not great. So currently still 1.19 shares and worth about £24 at the moment. So yeah, I've lost about £90 on here. Now, Enphase, I thought I'd had in my last update, but according to my spreadsheet, it wasn't there. So let's assume this is a completely new investment of 0.37 shares. Currently up 18%, which is not too bad, which is only about £9 in terms of money, and it's worth about £58.95 at the moment. iShares electric vehicles, no changes to the holding, currently down 2.2%, which is only about £5, sitting at 40.94 shares, worth about £218. Now, this is one I definitely want to start adding to again because I do think that long term this will do quite well. National Grid, so obviously I've got quite a big holding of this in my ISA account, but I decided to add a little bit more on here. So 11 shares added since the last update, currently down 3.8%, but they are quite new. I think I've only got them over the last few weeks. So yeah. Plus I invest in National Grid for the dividends rather than the gains anyway. Royal Mail, I've added 4.46 shares since the last update. About 40% down at the moment, so quite a big crash alongside the general market crash. For me, I still want to hold this, and I still think that long term, personally, I think it might be good. Obviously, please remember this is not investment advice, but currently sitting at 28.8%. 28.8 shares, worth about £87, so I'm down about £60 on this one. Again though, Royal Mail, more of an investment for the dividends, so I got quite a decent dividend from them recently. And as you can see here, it's a 5.56% dividend yield at the moment. Shell next, so I've added 3.5 shares since the last update. I'm currently sitting at 10.8 shares, £255 and up 20% at the moment, which is up £42, which is pretty good. The annoying thing here is I believe they relisted and changed things. So as you can see, the chart here doesn't go very far. So that percentage isn't as accurate in terms of when I first invested in Royal Dutch Shell, which is annoying. And I never kept track, so who knows. But since they rejigged the listing, I'm up 20%. So Unilever next, this is the last one in my invest account. So 60.69 shares here at the moment, worth about £2,200 and down 6.5% at the moment. Now I've added 25.5 shares since the last update, so quite heavily going into Unilever. I've mentioned loads of times before, I generally want to keep investing in this company. They also have a pretty decent dividend, and I do think that they are a great company personally. So considering they were heavily down, I decided to dollar cost average into them. Now, in terms of what I've sold out of since the last update, I sold my position in AstraZeneca because it was quite a decent position. It was in profit and a substantial amount. So I'll probably reinvest back in them eventually. But yeah, if you haven't watched the video of why I've been selling, watch it. I'll link it here somewhere. So yeah, removed the 10.5 shares I had of AstraZeneca. And I've removed the iShares Physical Silver, which I had 11.27 shares in here as well. Okay, so let's move on to the ISA account now. Now I've made 0 changes since the last update to the actual holdings. So what I'm gonna do is, rather than individually click into every position, I'm just gonna scroll through and go through the percentages up or down. So you can see here, the total worth at the moment is £5,500, and I'm overall up £652, which is about 13%. We've got AbbVie, which is up 74%, which is insane. Google, which is currently down just under 1%. Apple up 22.9%. AT&T down 23%. Comcast up 4.1%, Dover up 13.8%, and Viva up 87%. I'm so annoyed I didn't invest more into Enviva. iShares FTSE 100, I'm up 13.8%, which is not too bad. Physical Silver down 20%. Johnson & Johnson up 20% at the moment. So one of my bigger holdings in here, and I've talked about them so much. If you're one of like the original subscribers to this channel, you will know how much I've talked about Johnson & Johnson. Microsoft up 26.5%, as is National Grid. So obviously Microsoft is more of a growth stock, and then National Grid is more of a dividend stock, as I mentioned before. So National Grid, again, one of my bigger holdings, because I want to focus on dividend investing as well. So 94.8 shares here, which is about £1,000 at the moment. Talking of dividends, can't be a dividend portfolio without realty income. So realty is up 13.7%, which is not too bad, considering they're paying me a dividend every month. So currently worth £1,700, and it's up £200. Royal Mail, again, down 34.7%, and Starbucks down 17.6%. Tesla up 47%, and then the two S&P 500s, 4.6% and 4% up, and that's it. So overall, considering everything is like majorly crashing right now, this isn't too bad because it's still overall up 13.2%. So I'm pretty pleased with that one. Right, hopefully short and snappy as always, quite a few positions, but I didn't want to long it out. If you have any questions at all, as always, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.